My name is Nichole Menard. I'm from South Louisiana. I am one of 11 children. Yes, 11. My dad's joke was, he always said he heard things were cheaper by the dozen. I'm like, Dad, I don't think that refers to children. I'm number 3. I'm one of the oldest. I love my family. My dad didn't believe in his daughters going to college. He believed old-fashioned that the woman's place was at home to care for the family and care for the children. So the opportunity for college was taken away from me. It wasn't my choice. I got married at 21. I had my first child at 23. I had the secretary at my children's elementary offer me a job at the school becoming a paraprofessional. You could take a quick course and go into the school system and work. It was ideal, work the same schedule as my family, be with my children. So I was a reading interventionist, I was a sped para, I went into the classroom, worked one-on-one with the children. I really moved around and got to try all aspects and all different jobs of the school. I have a lot of friends that are single moms that through no fault of their own are raising their children, struggling the same way. They're paraprofessionals because they can work and still raise their kids. I have a friend that worked as a paraprofessional, but her parents, she was Hispanic, had a restaurant with a bar. She would work the bar at nighttime because that income was not covering it for her. She was working 2 jobs just to support her 3 kids. My husband wanted me to go back to school to get my degree. I never had a degree. And I doubted my ability. Can I do this? And the costs. We were already on basically a 1 budget income. Paraprofessionals make 1/3 of what teachers make, only 1/3. And I wasn't going to put my family in more debt. And I was like, I can't do this. This is not going to work for us. So I continued in the paraprofessional field. In the spring of 2017, my husband started having some health complications. We thought it was just tired and fatigue. He was a coach, he was a teacher, he was tired. But at the end of 2017, after some more issues, he was diagnosed with stage 4 lower intestinal cancer. We were told from day one that his cancer was treatable, but not curable. So I knew at that point, we were just buying time. My daughter was going into 7th grade, my son was going into 10th grade. After 18 months, he lost his battle. After he passed, for me it was, how am I gonna function on a para salary? How am I gonna do this? And this is where Reach came into my life. The next year, I came back to my desk one day and I had the printout from Reach on my desk. And they had a handwritten note from my principal and it said, you need to check into this. I was like, wait, what is this? I read the flyer and I'm not gonna lie, I read it and I'm like, yeah, this is a scam. This is not true. $75 a month, I can take classes from home. Yeah, this is not, no. So they were like, just check into it. I'm like, okay. So I called, asked every question I could think of. Well, what about this? What about this? So, well, what happens if I start the program and I can't finish? How much money am I gonna be in debt? How does this work? So after a host of questions, I decided to give it a try. What did I have to lose at this point? And what was I teaching my children if I didn't try? I'm not gonna tell you it was easy. I'm not gonna tell you there was not tears at the beginning. Trying to learn to manage, I was working on the job, raising 2 busy teens by myself, and then night school on top of it. One thing I liked at the beginning, the professors listened to us. We had the knowledge. We had the knowledge of the stuff that was going on in school, how to handle the students. So whenever we had classes, we were able to take what they taught us immediately and put it into action. It wasn't like I see so many teachers coming in right now that have no clue. They have no clue of classroom management. We already knew so many things about the school system, and being able to take that and embed it automatically, we could put it into play. We weren't normal 19-year-old students. We were moms. We were busy working in the school system. And so we didn't have the normal schedule. Reach's program was embedded. It was meant for people like me that were working in the school system, wanted to get that degree, but it was out of our reach. It was not something that was possible financially and time-wise. I didn't have to stop my life in order to go to college. I was able to take the courses at nighttime. Most of the time they were 5, 6, 7 o'clock. We even had classes at 9:30 at nighttime, but it worked because my kids were home, their events were done. I didn't have to miss anything. There were times I took my laptop And I would go to a track meet and I'd find a quiet space because we had live classes that were mandatory, activities and breakout groups and everything you had to participate in. So I'd hotspot my phone to my laptop and I'd have a quiet spot and I would do my classes. Looking back, I honestly don't know some days how I did it, but I think that's adversity you learn to work through. I graduated last summer in May of 2024 with my degree in liberal arts, elementary education. I'm proud of that. I feel that's something no one can ever take away from me. Thank you. And now, for the university that changed my life, now I get to help change the life of other people, other students. I teach, right now I'm currently a 5th grade math and science teacher. I love my teaching, I love my students. I share my journey with my students because I have a lot of students that come from not great backgrounds. And I always encourage them that you can do anything. I tell them about my husband passing away and everything I've been through, having to start college at 30-something years old, that you can. Don't ever say you can't. There's opportunities there. I'll be forever grateful for Reach. I can tell you firsthand, if it wasn't for Reach, I would not have my degree. I wouldn't have had the courage to do it, the financial situation, especially after my husband passing. So anybody that supports Reach, you're not just supporting a program, you're supporting people like me. You're giving people like me the chance to better my life, to better other people's life.